Hi there folks, I'm here to talk about another one of my favourite albums. Yes, it's another one from 1978, but this time it's in a different genre of music. You could class this as a rock album. It's also an album that came out during the punk years. As soon as I tell you the title of one of the songs, which doesn't actually appear on the album, you'll know the band straight away, I'm sure. The song is Sing If You're Glad to Be Gay, and the band, Tom Robinson Band. The album I'm going to talk about is this one here, Power in the Darkness. Yes, originally came out in 1978, as I say. What's unusual about it is that the lead single, that was a big hit, 2468 Motorway, doesn't actually appear on the original vinyl album. This is my original from back in the day. Cover's still in pretty good nick, to be honest. It also includes inside, I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see this or not, just show you quickly, one stencil which they sent out with the album, and it's got a picture sleeve as well. Power in the Darkness. The sleeve depicting Tom Robinson there at the front, Dolphin Taylor on the drums, Mark Ambler, I think it was, on keyboards, and Mark Cousteau on guitar. That was the original lineup of the band that appear on this album, and they were formed back in January 1977. Let's put this away so we don't get the stencil wrecked. Anyway, yeah, 9 tracks on the album altogether, which is unusual. It's normally about 10, 12 on a CD, but on this occasion only 9 tracks, I believe. Ten tracks on the album, and a couple of singles that came off it, that included the first single off it, Up Against the Wall. Very reminiscent of the times and the troubles that were around in the UK back in 1978. This was obviously talking about violence in the playground, I believe. Teenage girl on the high street is one of the lyrics in there, I think. And according to the album sleeve, a friend of mine got shot with a pellet gun. 4 little white boys attacked him and one shot him in the face. So yeah, it wasn't the best of times. But I'm not really into politics, so I'm not going to delve there into the politics of things. There is one particular song on here that mentions the Conservatives and freedom, etc. Power in the Darkness. Quite a long track, to be honest, on there. And it talks about, or sings about, all the different things that were going wrong in the country that you weren't allowed to do. But anyway, let's go back to some of the other tracks. Grey Cortina, about a car basically. Not an XR3, but a Grey Cortina. And one of my favourite tracks on the album, Too Good to Be True. At some point in the future, I really hope that I get to record that song myself. I absolutely adore that song, and it's got some brilliant guitar work on there from Danny Cousteau, as the album has throughout. Danny Cousteau was a brilliant guitarist and a one of a kind, really, with the sound that he got. Also on there, another of my favourite songs were Man You Never Saw. But overall, I love the whole album, all the songs on it, brilliant. The band were not really around for that long in this original lineup before they changed the lineup when they recorded the second album. The second album, in my opinion, doesn't come anywhere near as good as this one. 1 or 2 good tracks on it, but overall not that good in my ears. But this album that we're talking about anyway was also, I'd like to point out, and it often gets overlooked to be honest, was produced by Chris Thomas, who also at the time produced the Sex Pistols' Never Mind the Bollocks. Yes. And he also did this one, and this is also engineered by Bill Price. I'm not 100% certain whether Bill Price engineered on Never Mind the Bollocks, which is obviously a very classic album. This, in my eyes, is a classic album too, and often overlooked, as I say. But yeah, go and check it out if you can. At the time, they were doing the Rock Against Racism campaign that TRB, or Tom Robinson Band, supported, and many other bands at the time. But I digress. Go check this band out, or this album out. And also, if you get a chance, go and check out this other one. I don't know how easy it is to get, but that's Live at the 100 Club, and that's all the songs off this album played in the order that they were recorded or put out on the album. It also includes on there the EP that was also put out at the same time, which included the songs Glad to Be Gay, Martin, Don't Take No for an Answer, and I believe there was one other track on there, but that's definitely well worth checking out also. The single 2468 Motorway with the B-side I Will Be Released, I think it was called. In fact, I've got it down here, so we'll double check on that. Let's get it out the sleeve. Yeah, I've got that single there. I Shall Be Released. Yes, that was it. And this single, not in very good nick, unfortunately. I've had this since I was at school, and it's signed by Mr. Tom Robinson himself, and he actually signed it for me only a few yards away from where I'm actually sitting now. I just come home to do my paper round from school and walking out the house, and lo and behold, Tom Robinson was walking down the road. He just got off the train at the top of our road at the train station and stopped me to ask me where the laundrette was, which is at the bottom of the road here, and it's still there, that laundrette. Yeah, so I directed him to it. I then dashed home, grabbed this single, dashed back, and got him to sign it for me. I met him on another occasion, and he also signed a programme. I don't know whether I've got that here still. I keep everything lying around. But yeah, so there's a little story for you. One of many. Anyway, it's time to go. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. And remember, give it a like, give it a subscribe. And remember, keep on rocking. Hey ho.